morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Simple Easy Marketing Podcast. I'm Tim Gillette, your host. And of course, my camera's going to blip again as I get into here. And it just really, the settings on this camera really irritate me like you wouldn't believe. Anyway, my name is Tim Gillette, and this is the Simple Easy Marketing Podcast. It's about marketing. It's about business building. All right. It's about your online world. All right. And we cover topics that basically sometimes can be, shall we say, a kick in the pants. Yeah, that's the word, a kick in the pants. Anyway, today's subject. Do you remember this song? No, I want to say it's a country western song, and I want to say it's probably about the 90s, maybe the 80s. I don't remember who did it, but I remember the line. You've got to stand for something or you will fall for anything. Do you remember it? Yeah. Go ahead. Put it in the comments if you remember. Put it in the comments if you remember the song, and put it in the comments if you remember who sang it, because I don't. I really don't. I have no clue. But I thought about that today. So many people in our world, all right, you know what I mean? They basically have come down to the fact hey, I just want to make money. And they have no scruples whatsoever. They'll sell you their soul if they can to make an extra $10. Now, as many of you know, I watch a TV show. You know what I mean? It's become one of my favorite, called Undercover Billionaire. And pardon me, there's something in my throat. And this season, they're following 3 people, not just one. And I love it because of the idea, because you actually get to see 3 different points of view in business building and not just one. You see, I see a lot of people who have no values when it comes to building their business. And as I watch TV shows like this, you get to see different perspectives of what people do building their business. Well, take it off the TV show, because this ain't about a TV show. It's about people who are out there in the real world today building their business. And they will do anything to make a buck. They will do anything to win. You know, this hacker mentality, which has come out over the past 10 to 15 years, this idea that we hack our way to success, has created more people with no scruples, more people who basically tell you to your face that they are out there with values, and then behind your back are all about the money. No, I want to make money. I mean, come on, I'm a business guy. I want to make money. I want to make a profit. I'm in business to make a living, to make a profit. That's why I'm in business. That's why you should be in business, is to make a profit. It's about money. I hate to say it, but it's about money. You've got to be able to make a profit. You've got to be able to make a profit to stay in business. If you don't make a profit, you can't stay in business. If you don't make a profit, your employees are going to go somewhere else when you can't give them a check. That's part of being in business. Hey, how you doing, guys? You do it. Thank you, man, for being on here. People over on our YouTube channel watching out today. Gotta love it. But did I hit the right YouTube channel? No, I didn't. I hit the wrong YouTube channel, believe it or not. Let's see if I can add the other one in real quick. No, that one. That's interesting that I did that. Anyway, let's add that one. Yeah, see if it, yeah. Let's see if it'll save that one. But anyway, you've got to actually be, you know, out there doing something along the lines that actually gives a part to the world that gives back. So if you want to make money, all right, and you want to do it in a way that you actually help people, then you need to provide a product or service that helps them make money, helps them save time, helps them do something to better the world. But you got to have some values behind it. You know, I've been hosting events since 2012. And I actually have, hey, Tim, watching up. Scott, good to see you, man. Gosh, it's like, you know what I mean? I wish I could tell you. This guy here, Scott Shane, I actually met him. I haven't met him in person yet, but I met him online when I first started my business. And oh my word, how my world has changed since I met that guy. But anyway, Scott, it's good to see you here on Facebook today watching us. But values, man, I really want you to think about what your values are and why you must build on a value system. When we started events in 2012, you know, I was like, oh man, I just got to do events. All right, who can I get on stage that can help me further my event? Now, the first event I ever did, I had a very, very upstanding lady who is very, very good and honorable speaker out there today. And, her name is Jessica Rector. And she was one of the greatest people to have at my first event as a speaker. And her speaking path has taken a different speaking path than my business has in speaking, but it's okay. She's very successful at it now. All right. And we were both kind of in the starting stages at the time. And we did an event together where I put up all the money and she was able to come in and speak. Now, over the years, I have learned in putting on events that I had to learn, set standards for my events. I have made the mistake of bringing in people who literally cost me my audience. Brought in people who basically, they might help me make money, but having them on my stage hurt my reputation. Some of you are all about, I want to get with so-and-so because they're big right now. And then years later, the scam comes out about them. And it's like, oh, crap, man, I have that person on my podcast, that recording, man, I better go pull that recording down. Oh, man, I had them at my event speaking. And now, and regret happens. And I have, even my mentor has had people in the actual business of doing events, all right, has had people who's had on his stage that in the long run turned out to be bad choices because in the long run, he had to sever the relationship. Thank you, Larry Broughton. Larry Broughton, another person that's a great person to get to know, all right, in this. Someone who has values in his business, just saying. But having value, what are your values? What are the things that really are defining you? Before you get into the ideas of starting to go with, I want to make a profit. I want to be successful. Before you define this successful and the profit, what are the values? Because the people in the world today are following more people who have values than they are following people who can make them money or save them time or whatever that is. There are people out there, all right, when you actually have a set of values who will do business with you simply because you actually have those values. For instance, I have a set of values and standards that I work for my events. I will not now. I have certain things that you must do to be on the stage and speak at my personal event or my virtual event. You have to have these values. If you don't, you do not speak on my stages anymore. To be on my podcast. We have certain requirements you have to do to be on my podcast. All right. That's just the way we did it to actually do it. Why? I have found that when I actually work around or connect with people who have similar values or similar standards in life, that we can actually grow together. Now, I've had friends that literally, helped me build my business in the early days that I won't connect with anymore, won't do business with them anymore. Yesterday, I actually posted something, so along these lines on standards. I have been doing this for years. And I posted it on my Facebook page yesterday about the inauguration. And I basically had to put a disclaimer in the front of it because of the way things have gotten on social media. I don't tolerate hatred, or I don't tolerate anybody, starting fights on my timeline. I just don't. It's one of my standards. But I put it up there and I had to put the disclaimer in the front of it now. And I hate the fact that I have to put a disclaimer in the front of what I do. But I started doing this in 2008. Back then, I was using MySpace. And I wrote, and I think I did it for George Bush, but I think I did it in like a blog format that wasn't even existent in 2004. Because in 2000, I didn't have the technology to do this online, but 2004, I did something like that. In 2008, when Barack Obama was elected, all right, and on his inauguration day on MySpace, I put this whole thing, it was, congratulations, Mr. President. I actually want to congratulate you on being the first Black president. I hope you lead the country, and I hope you take and lead by your own standards and lead in a great way. Thank you, President Bush, for the 8 years that you actually gave us and for the things that you did for our country. Did it again in 2012 when Barack Obama was reelected. Thank you, Mr. Obama, for the past 4 years. Please continue to lead over the next 4 years. All right. And when Barack Obama left in 2016 and Donald Trump was elected in 2016, I wrote the same thing on my social media posts. Thank you, President Obama, for serving our country for 8 years. While I've not always agreed with you or disagreed with you, I can say that you have been our first Black president, and thank you for doing that. I know the job is rough, and I know it takes a lot of things to do. Welcome, Mr. President Donald Trump. I look forward to the next 4 years with you doing things to see how you lead our country. I'm praying for you and I support you. I did the same thing yesterday, but I had to now put a disclaimer up because in 2016, when I did this, my standard is to thank the leaders, the man who was my president and the man who is going to be my president. And I did it yesterday. Thank you, Mr. Trump. First, I think I started with yesterday's thing was about Mr. Biden. Thank you. Congratulations, President Biden, the oldest man to be sworn in as president. Congratulations. Congratulations, Vice President Harris, as you are now the first female vice president. Congratulations on that. And then I went on to say, thank you, President Trump, for being our president over the past 4 years. Some of us agreed with you and some of us disagreed with you, but I respect you as my president, as I do with every president in the past and every president in the future. I will respect you as my president. Thank you, President Trump. May God continue to bless your family. And God bless you, President Biden. I pray for your success. See, that's about values and standards, ladies and gentlemen. That's not about my political opinion. I'm not going to tell you which one of them I voted for. But I am going to tell you that as a business leader, whether I liked the last president or the current one, I will support them as my president. That's a value I stick by. I'm going to stand behind and appreciate the leadership, even when I disagree with it. And I had to put the disclaimer up yesterday because of the fact that in 2016, when two gentlemen who I had done business with for years, and I don't anymore, decided to spew hatred on my timeline, because again, it's one of those things and values I don't stand for, decided to spew hatred on my timeline. I removed him from my friendship, and he will not speak on my stages ever again. I don't tolerate it. That being said, I had to put that in a disclaimer yesterday. One of the kindest things that I actually got on the comment on that thread yesterday was my friend Leslie, who I was there in the room the day after Donald Trump won, and I know Leslie was very much wanted Hillary to win in 2016. She is my friend. And rather than state whether I liked or disliked the thing, I actually sat and comforted a friend, because another value of mine is friendship is more important than your political opinion. I don't care whether you voted for Trump or for Biden. I don't care if you voted for Mickey Mouse. If you're my friend, you're my friend. I don't care what your opinion is of our president, our current president, or our past president. A value of mine is, do you show respect to those people who are over you? Whether you agree with them or not, I show respect to those who are over me. That is what makes a good leader, ladies and gentlemen. That's a value. That is a standard. When you can respect those people whom you disagree with, doesn't mean you have to agree with them. Doesn't mean you have to like what they do. But in presence, you show respect, and you show, all right, you show, I can't think of the other word. I'm sorry. And that has not only happened in the presidential realm. In 2017 or 18, I was attending a conference where a gentleman was a speaker at it who I really disagree with. I mean, really. I really disagree with this guy. I really don't like him as a speaker. I don't like him as a mentor. I don't like him as a coach. And in my own personal heart of hearts, I think he is a crook. No, I'm not going to tell you who he is, because he was at that event. And because I was helping out at that event, I had to interact with him. That gentleman has since gone on and has no idea that I distaste him. I'm not friends with him on Facebook. I don't even think he likes my Facebook page or he's tagged to my YouTube channel. And he probably will never figure this out. Although some of the people in my realms are like him and are friends with him. But I didn't use that point in time to just snarl at him, give him a hard time. No, as a matter of fact, he had some of the people who were in his coaching program with him at the event. And when I came up, I greeted him respectfully, with dignity, because he's earned that to those people. Whether I agree with him or not, he's earned that to those people who are around him. I treated him with respect and dignity and treated him like the leader he is to his people, whether I agree with him or not. That, ladies and gentlemen, is living with values. And my values are respect others. Again, no matter whether I like them or not. Have your own set of standards. Your own set of standards will keep you from those people who you won't work with. But values is the thing that you need to look at most, because value is what keeps you in congruency to respect those people, even when you disagree with them. And I have, excuse me, and I have in my realm a lot of people who are speakers because of the events I speak at, the connections I have, the fact that I host events myself and have been hosting events. I get connected to a lot of speakers and a lot of people whom I don't agree with, but I respect them. I have dignity towards them. I do not trash them. I will never tell you the people who I am and do these whole posts about here. Let me lambaste you and tell you why they're wrong. Not going to do it. That is values, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have those values, and I hope you have learned to respect people. I want to thank you guys for actually chiming in today. Rigger, thanks for chiming in. Scott, Larry, those people who left comments. If you have watched this episode today, or you've listened to this, all right, do me a favor, all right, let us know where you're listening in from. If you're watching this on the replay, you can just put down in the comments, hey, replay, I'm watching it from so-and-so, you know what I mean, like Scott from New York City. Tim, and the other thing I want you to do in the comments today is, if you're watching this, maybe list a value that you have. List a standard that you have in your business. It's okay. Don't go back and criticize the other values and standards that people have, but just list yours. What's a value you have? I've built my business on 3 values. 3 values. Number 1, I believe that you have the ultimate control of your future. And I want to help you take control of your future. Number 2, I believe you have a story and a message, and you need to tell that story or message. And number 3, my third one is, you have to enjoy the ride. If you don't enjoy the ride, get on another ride, ladies and gentlemen. That, ladies and gentlemen, are my values. What are yours? I'm curious to know. So let's bring in some of the comments, because a lot of people here chiming in. So Larry brought an interesting topic. Thank you, Larry, for chiming in. Rigger, I mean, yes, I'm glad you like that post, Rigger. I appreciate everybody who left a comment on that post, because it was meant to respect both sides of the aisle. Dennis from China. It is always good when we actually have people chiming in from China. Got you. We love you, Dennis. All right. It's always good to have you on the broadcast. All right. Larry Broughton watching us live from Orange County, California. By all means, you know what I mean? Get to know Larry Broughton. Got an awfully great set of hotels. I'm just telling you. Go check him out, and also check out, he's got a great coaching program as well, and a great mentorship and leader of people in business. Larry is one of those people I look up to very highly in my world, and I appreciate him so much. And if you get to know him, go watch some of his podcasts, go watch some of his stuff. You're going to see a true business leader out there. Larry Broughton is. Dennis again from China. Rigger from South Jersey, a few blocks from Joe Pardo. Hey, we won't hold that against you that you live that close to Joe Pardo, but it's okay. We're not going to hold it against you that you live in Jersey. Hey, I love you, man. I appreciate you out there in New Jersey. Merv Jersek, good job, Tim. Value, ultimate respect for my customer. Yes, I love that one. Ultimate respect for your customers. I ultimately respect every one of my customers and love every one of my customers. As a matter of fact, many of them, I'm helping them do things that I may not always agree with, but I'm helping them market their business. So I love that. So, hey, Dennis saying hi to Larry. I know those two knew each other because I think I met them at the same location the first time I ever met them both. So, yeah, Rigger, I'm glad you got a sense of humor. I got a sense of humor too. All right. You know what I mean? The thing I say about, my life and where I came from, I grew up in a small town in Pennsylvania, and I moved to Texas when I was 30 years of age. If I was smart enough to move here when I was 18, I would have. Unfortunately, I had to go through my 20s and being a dumb idiot anyway. But anyway, I love Texas, and I love those people who love Texas. So anyway, I want to thank you all for tuning in today. Do me a favor. All right, go ahead, like us on YouTube, or subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's timgillette.com/YouTube or youtube.com/Tim Gillette. Either way takes you to our YouTube channel, as well as subscribe to our podcast wherever you get your podcasts. And I want to thank those people who make this show possible: StreamYard, Anchor.fm, all right, and SimpleEasyEvents.com. You want to find out more about what we do and how we help people? Go to SimpleEasyEvents.com and join the membership of only $20. Get access to all of our events, past, present, and future, for only a $20 investment. And we're going to actually give 10 of that $20 to a local charity here in the Dallas area, and we appreciate your support of that charity by joining our membership. Again, my name is Tim Gillette, and this is the Simple Easy Marketing Podcast. I will be back to you tomorrow morning with another episode. Until then, have a great day. And remember, your values is what's going to make your day a great day. Respect, dignity, Tim Gillette, out.